what is the point of its Showtime? Most of the shop lightcones are pretty mediocre with a couple of exceptions, but I have never seen anyone use this one. The main problem with it is that because you have to stack it 3 times with debuffs and the buff only lasts 1 turn, it is really hard for most characters to keep the buff up, and because it gives a damage and attack buff, you only really want this on damage dealers instead of like supports or anything, when like a lot of the supports have debuffs. And you also need a lot of effect hit rate to get the attack, and a majority of the nihility characters would rather use some kind of stat stick like Eyes of Prey to get the effect hit rate they actually need, instead of just solely relying on the relics or something to get more debuffs like Resolution. The only characters it kind of works on is Hyacinth, since she applies dots constantly, but Eyes of Prey I think is just better on her and easier to get value out of, or even Good Night Sleep well. And Black Swan, who I think is the only character who can actually use it well, since Arcana is able to constantly keep the buff stacked. So I think that answers the question.